there was this kid, let's just call her Maddie. Before she stepped into the mat, I was the referee. She was crying. I said, "Hey kid, what's the matter? Are you sure you want to fight?" And she was saying, I don't know, because I couldn't fight without my glasses. And I said, "Maddie, come here. The moment that you grip your opponent, you gotta see with your hands. Can you do that for me?" I said, "Yeah, I'll try. And lo and behold, gripped her opponent, won the fight, and the rest is history. And I just believe that people that, despite whatever fears, whatever apprehensions they have, but still keep on going at it, yeah, great things happen. It was the Asian Open in Japan. I was a purple belt, 4 or 5 matches to gold. And I was fortunate enough to reach the finals. In the middle of my finals match, I just heard a crack hit my rib. I was thinking, I didn't want to look at my coach and point to my rib, because if I did that, he was just going to pull me out and the game over. I'm going to settle for the silver. And at that moment, I said, I'm up by 1 advantage. This guy on the other side, he literally has to send me to the hospital for me to give up. The time expired and I won the championship. It was my first IBJJF medal. I was able to get it not because my jiu-jitsu was good, but because my mental stubbornness got the better of me. I like what you said about family connection, because what I do find in jiu-jitsu is that it becomes more than just a school. It becomes more than just a team. It becomes family. Family by choice is much stronger than family by blood. Did you choose your mom and dad? 100% no. But you chose who to train with. You chose who to spend 5 hours from 6 to 11 p.m. with. Yeah, same thing with me. I choose the people who I would go hungry with to support a teammate. That's family by choice. There was this kid, his name is Jude. He grew up being bullied. So when he entered the competition, so he signed up, his dad stepped on board. He said, "Find me any 57 kg guy for this kid. He's gonna put on a show." They took the easily 11-hour drive to Manila. He fought, won in less than a minute via armbar. Watching your fight, no one would dare bully you ever again. And he said that because of jiu-jitsu, I found my confidence. You know, I see the guy, he walks, his posture is different. Just the sheer confidence that you gain from jiu-jitsu, it overcomes a lot of their struggles. The Relentless team, we created this new concept for competition. We call it Relentless Beginner Series. A lot of times, beginners don't want to compete because obviously there's a lot of pressure to compete, but a lot of that pressure is coming from the fear of losing. What we're going to do differently is that for Relentless Beginner Series, there are a couple of ways by which you can earn your medal. Obviously, if in your bracket, you're the winningest athlete, you get the medal. On the other hand, we give a medal if you're an athlete that can pull off a certain number of jiu-jitsu moves. Like, I'm able to escape, I'm able to pull off my sweeps, I'm able to do a guard pass. That is a win.
Long time no see.
Long time no see.
2 years.
I would say so.
Yeah, 2 years.
It felt like 5 months ago that we were having a conversation
True.
back in a nice place in Thailand.
The most funny things, even we have some break for a while. That's what you said also before. We're still the same place somehow.
Somehow, yes. Yeah. You look better, more fit.
Thank you. I think it's the process to in life, the upside down, but you still personal, always good shape. You look good also. I think you're welterweight right now.
Nah. I still compete at featherweight, which is under 69 kg.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The goal is to just walk at 67, 66 kg.
Okay.
It's been a while since I competed, so maybe I'll compete in a different way. Maybe I'll just coach athletes. But yeah. But I think the drive for competition will never go away in some form or another.
I see you still a lot of things in Philippines. Even more right now. I think even more than ever.
I've come back quite a bit. I visit my mom quite often, and we've been doing quite a number of Relentless shows back home, because I was, at least for the sake of the audience, I was born and raised in the Philippines. I still speak the language. Marunong pa rin ako mag-Tagalog. But I've been away for more than a decade now. Yeah, so yeah, family, Relentless, friends still seem to draw me back home. Yeah, it's amazing.
How about Bangkok?
I stay half the year here. I train here. I love this place.
Mm. So last time I remember you do a couple of nice interviews with amazing people, and I think it's the part of your journey. Like we trying to show the other people's story.
Correct, that is true.
Even if I know kind of your story, like it's always, I think it's everyone's story. It's connect with the other people's stories. That's the funny part, right?
I would say so.
Right.
I would say so.
So if you can tell me, like, do you meet someone interesting for the last 2 years period?
I meet interesting people all the time, and I think what I find fascinating with the at least the relentless journey is that the kind of people that we attract are people that are, most people call them stubborn. Some probably call them persistent, just want to give up. But the rare few, they're just called relentless. And these are people that somehow get drawn to the brand. I mean, a handful of people that come to mind is sometime late last year. I was refereeing in a competition from back home in the Philippines, and there was this kid. Let's just call her Maddie. Maddie's her first name. And before she stepped into the mat, I was the referee. She was crying. She was crying, and as a referee, I would, obviously I have to be an official, but at the same time, I'm human too. And I spoke with Maddie. Maddie, look, I didn't know it was Maddie. I said, "Hey, kid, what's the matter? Are you sure you want to fight?" And she was saying, I don't know, because I couldn't fight without my glasses. And I said, "Maddie, come here." So we stepped outside the mats, and I spoke with her. I said, "Maddie, listen, the moment that you grip your opponent, you got to see with your hands. Can you do that for me?" I said, "Yeah, I'll try. And lo and behold, she did the same, gripped her opponent, won the fight, and the rest is history. And I just believe that people that, despite whatever fears, whatever apprehensions they have, but still keep on going at it. In her case, the barrier was she just can't see. But if she finds a way, like being able to see with her hands, yeah, great things happen. And yeah, I'm amazed by these stories. I've had countless more stories of people I've met, but that particular little girl from Checkmat in the Philippines just seemed to stand out, at least in most recent memory.
Mm. So, what's going on right now? I can say on the martial art and in terms of the business and the growing, because I see also, it's getting better. I think right now UFC jumping into BJJ. I think it's a good way to also present this on the bigger option, bigger scale, and allow people to get inspired. But I think you know personally Mike Musumeci.
Mikey Musumeci.
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy. I bought all his DVDs, and he's famous for this. Well, he was famous for this move called the Berimbolo, where he would just invert underneath an opponent, make sure that he's underneath that guy's hips, and for some reason he would find his way to the back. And I think for most people doing jiu-jitsu, the moment that you take control of someone else's back, the odds of you winning the match greatly increases. So he's a master of that one. And we've seen a lot of videos of Mikey being the smaller guy fighting against, bigger, stronger opponents. And he epitomizes what jiu-jitsu is all about. It's about the ability of a smaller, weaker athlete prevailing over someone bigger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's getting a lot of attention for jiu-jitsu, especially through the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
I think those guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, and I think it's from another side. There's other guy, and he's mostly many times right now in Asia, in Philippines, Bali, Thailand. Craig Jones.
Craig Jones, of course. Yeah. Mario, how do you know all these people? Mikey, Craig.
I mean, they're amazing people, personalities. I was on the fight when the Mikey fight in the One Championship.
Yes.
So I remember it was even some, things with some drama when about, he's like trash talk and everything, which he's not into stuff like this.
Correct.
And in general, like One FC, it's not know by the story like this, but it's sometimes the One FC making own story inside
Is this Mikey?
business. So basically, what was recently was the things called the road tank, and that's
Okay.
why I think like somehow I understand maybe they need more hype in general, like as a business model, because it's very hard to get out and make money on this business if you don't make drama, if you don't make noise, right? And I'm not saying it's the way, but I think it's in general like people need to build their personalities. So it's actually, even Mikey, right? That's amazing persona, right? He don't need to trash talk. He can be a lovely guy.
Oh, super.
Right? But still, the hype, what he was angry with some, his opponent and everything about talking bullshit about him, not make weight, whatever. That's the things what it's also bring a lot of attention, right? We have a Conor McGregor who the comeback and everything, and doesn't matter what people say. It was still the person who bring a lot of crazy story and the numbers to the game. Allowed many people to do things with the passion and at the same time earn good money, right? So it's the game
Correct.
changer for many people. So the same like the Craig Jones. Like I think his way of living, I think it's a kind of being the real guy that show their true face, don't pretend and everything. And I like this part. And there's beside this one, it's people have the top level skills.
Correct.
That's the funny part, right?
Correct.
I love the other guy for sure. We talk about you talk about the stories on the people who just start the journey, which I think is everyone starting journey in some way. Like we have a Demetri Johnson, right? Mighty Mouse, right?
Mighty Mouse.
So who become, I can say, now more famous than ever because on the being normal guy, especially on his weight category, right? Featherweight, not allowed him to be recognized by the sport, but right now he teach and showed his skills on the very nice way. Podcast, the training with others. So that's bring a lot of attention. And I respect this, because these people don't put just, the words, like a streaming and everything, but they actually work very hard. We have Arman Sarukian who, compete with the RAF, right? RAF, right? You also follow this?
No. I
No?
I haven't heard of RAF, but yeah, tell me the story.
It's more about the wrestling.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so it's more like American wrestling. I even don't know much things about this because in Poland we do not have wrestling. We have some judo.
Okay.
But we like nobody like go to the school and they're like, oh yeah, let's do wrestling. We do not have like this. So the US have the more background with this. And there's a guy called Arman Sarukian. He's like #1 contender for the UFC of the lightweight, and he's so good. I mean, he compete with on the wrestling, and he's very good. And
Correct.
but at the same time, he's known by he's like influencer right now, and very rich guy. Basically, his family is super rich, like billionaires, and so he make a lot of funny content. But he's solid fighter. And that's also, intriguing me. Like the people who already go to this level and they not lost on the game, like Conor McGregor, right? Who basically, after fight, I think it was Floyd Mayweather or after fight with the Khabib, that was like his downfall,
Correct.
going inside the dark side of the journey, which he was aware of this, and I think is what we can get from this, it's only maybe less on like you can always come back again.
Correct.
And start from zero. And I think it's many people just trying to redefine themselves because I don't think in life we do not have much. Like nothing is forever, I think. And if faster we understand, we know we can start over again. Like totally different, or even, with the old foundation, but, redefine ourselves,
Correct.
Again, adjust the process. Don't stick to the same way. And I think it's the relentless. It's about this, not only about just to not give up about the same things. I think not give up about ourselves in general. Can you tell me more about relentless? What's your concept about this?
Well, I think from the outside, what a lot of people see is that, it's almost like a community tournament. So we do events, a lot of it in Philippines and Thailand. We've done it in Manila, Philippines, Cebu, Bacolod. We're gonna do a show in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, in the south of Manila called Imus City.
Mhm.
We've
Cavite.
done Cavite. We've done a handful of shows, no, quite a lot. Here in Bangkok, we did it in Pattaya. Yeah, so we travel around quite a bit. And I think something fascinating about Relentless is that the people that join the tournaments, it's a certain kind of personality. There's something quite common with these people. They've got a struggle. They find a way to move past their struggle. And Relentless is a platform for them to tell their story through martial arts. And I find that not only fascinating, but deeply fulfilling. I mean, not I, but we, the group behind Relentless finds it very, very fulfilling. So it's more than just a tournament. Yeah, it's a platform for
Mhm.
people to tell their stories.
How you can see the people who like start competing and they have also many people have the like break and they come back, because I also see many of the fighters like they just go to some level and just stay, right? How many percentage, or like you think how many people like really want to go all in or just do it also for, let's say, to use the martial arts like the way to basically stay alive?
Like self-defense.
Yeah, for example, because the self-defense is the good word, because I can say stay alive because allow them to have still things to do. I believe many people choose the martial arts because it's make them busy. You know, like we have a people who, let's say, they're on the top level of competition, even from UFC, but after ending the career, they cannot find themselves because they put the dopamine level so high. So when they left the competition, they don't know what to do. They lost. We have a
Correct.
Volkanovski who get into like addiction with the alcohol. We have a Dustin Poirier who cannot find himself. And he need to compete. He need to come back. Of course, they are still
Right.
around the sport, but they say they just need to do it. Like Volkanovski jump in for another fight with the Islam, because if he not do it, he basically, kill himself. What he said, right? But for real, like was
That's true.
yeah. So, and I think many people choose this way because they make them not only follow the passion, but mostly just to stay busy.
For other martial arts, I couldn't speak for them. For jiu-jitsu, however, I have a good grasp of what the numbers are. And I'm going to simplify it for you. You go to any academy, and the average, for every 10 people, the average number of competitors training there would be 1 out of 10. Take a look at AFG. They've got more than 1,000 competitors. So just do the math. They've got 1,000 competitors for various gyms. There's probably 9,000 other people that are behind these guys that don't compete. So it's an interesting ratio. So I think the interesting question now would be, so the 9 out of 10 that don't compete, why do they do it? It's connected to what you said that, yeah, self-defense is one aspect. In my experience, a lot of people get into the sport because of self-defense and crossing fingers that they would never have to use whatever skills they've learned. Now, self-defense tends to be one of the main reasons why they get in, but the reasons why they stay is almost anything but self-defense. They like the community, they like the teammates they meet, they like the friends they meet. And one of the things that we always joke about is that jiu-jitsu builds trust so much faster than a lot of sports. I mean, if I can put myself in a position where I'm allowing you to be able to do, a submission, you can take me to the hospital tomorrow if you wanted to, but you choose not to. And that mutual respect, that builds a lot of trust. And that is very powerful. Yeah, so a long answer to your question, 1 out of 10 are competitors, 9 out of 10 would be, I would say, hobbyists.
And what the one with its hobby, right? What do you think? What's their background like? In general, like they're active, or like they try like to come there also about the fitness career?
I
I mean,
would
fitness, like I
say,
say, like more like about the health. Because for me, it's like I just also go to feel still alive. Like okay,
correct.
come back and go there, and like when I finish, I feel like okay, I'm still alive. I'm still there. I still like feel the energy, so it's good.
I think physically speaking, the average jiu-jitsu person, I'm gonna guess that they're only slightly more fit than the average person. But what makes them different is that they like the mental challenge of solving problems using their body. I find that very, very common, especially those people that tend to do it for quite a long time. And for you to be in a sport that has that mechanic in their thinking, it's quite a fascinating population. And if you're asking what kinds of people are they, I've met various people from all walks of life, from various backgrounds. I've met CEOs doing jiu-jitsu. I think we do know billionaires who jiu-jitsu. Mark Zuckerberg does jiu-jitsu. And you can go to Brazil where they do social projects in the favelas. And yeah, from all walks of life, all ages, all cultures. It's so inclusive. And it's a great sport to do. Mario, you do jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Now, this I want to find out. What got you into jiu-jitsu?
First, what kicked me out from the jiu-jitsu? I mean, like I tried many years ago. It was also connected with the MMA, and I hate this because I have a big guy who always, want to kill me. So that was, wrong place
Right.
for me, and I didn't enjoy it all because I thought that time I thought that physically is the key to go right, and this basically stopped me to even work out because I didn't connect this with something with the head. I'm connected with them more like with the ego, right? Especially with the big muscles and everything. So I always think like it's about physically, not about mental awareness or
Right.
of growing, right? So I always do something, but it was never things connect with the like really go all in. So I start like many years ago from the boxing and Muay Thai in the Lama in Samui. So I was manager on the world champion of kickboxing and European champion of the boxing. So I will start, be fascinated more about the boxing style,
Right.
not Muay Thai, because Muay Thai it's a tough, especially when you have on the tourist island where the people come from different places and they're trying just to kill each other and they show the ego how they, how strong they are. But I like when the Thai people show them the place where they belong, about the respect and everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And
respect
yeah.
in
I
the
mean,
Thai
the
culture.
Thai people like show the respect, to how to respect the others, right?
Absolutely.
And it's also quite like the risky because it's easy to get hurt and the injury and everything if you are spar with the wrong people. So I live on the between the Bangkok and Pattaya in Sriracha. So
Oh, great place.
I was looking some place around and how I can try new things because I always try and put myself on the some challenge in life
Correct.
just for like purpose, just to know my possibilities and then still experience new things. So I jump into the local gym called the Playground Bangsen, and the average age was like 12 years older.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay,
said,
so just about your age.
perfect. Huh?
Just about your age.
Yeah.
Slightly younger than
Yes,
your. No, just kidding.
exactly. So, but I see, like the people are super friendly. They don't
Very,
speak
yeah.
much English, but I super enjoy, super helpful, and then I have fun because I see was more about the fun, and the most funny thing was I was there 6:30 p.m. and we finished 11:30 p.m.
Fantastic.
And I
Fantastic.
thought it's the how the old gym works for weeks, right? And I just go to some other gym, and like after 1 hour was finished. And it's like, oh, if you finish, so yeah, just 1 hour, and like 1 hour, like on my gym, I go 6:30 and I finish like 11:30, sometimes midnight, like 5 hours.
There must be something that they're doing right for
They
people
are
to
family.
stay.
They are families. So all the people who train there, there's their group of the parents who like staying around. They cooking together. They stay
It's
together
fantastic.
and everything. So they prepare together to the competition and everything. They're like one big family. So when I stayed there, like after one, I was 3 times on the gym there, and then they asked me, "Hey Mario, do you want to compete?" And I was like, compete, like but I thought it's like an amateur, some kids and everything. So I said, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" So yeah, come. And like so I go there, and then I already met the people from BJJ from Bangkok, and I didn't know they would be there. It was on the Siam BJJ
Siam Cup.
in Bravo, yeah, Siam Cup in Bravo, right? And I went there, as I see all these people from Bangkok, and they ask me like, "Why? What you doing here?" It's like, I think I compete. It's like, which category? Like the open. And it's like, oh, be careful, man. And like, what? Be careful. Like I thought it's like some, like some kids and everything, like more fun. So no, man, like that's real things. And like no, so damn, So but I won. I won. I won because of I think I do not have much concept about what's going on. So the same people don't have no idea about my skills. So even on the final, I didn't go to the ground. Everything was basically the wrestling. And on the end, the guy asked me like, "Bro, like, how long you train?" It's like, "I don't know, 1 month." And like, 1 month? But you did some wrestling before. I said, "No." Some other martial arts like, judo and everything. No. I said, "No fucking way." So we become friends also with these people. And like, so I won with the gi, but no gi, I lose because I never train without, no, my gym is always gi, yeah.
In hindsight, what do you think was the 1 or 2 factors that made you win? I mean, look, 1 month of training. There's got to be something.
I think the confidence in life in general, and
that's true.
Then the second, like, just try things, like just go. You never know what can happen. And I think it's always 50-50 because you have no idea who's the other opponent. You cannot prepare for life. You have, and the other opponent cannot read you also. So I think it's I know the mindset is the big percentage of everything what we do in life.
I believe so too.
Yeah. So
I believe so too.
If you go with this mindset, like everything can happen, and you go, of course you can say excuse like, "Oh, but this guy is so good." No, this guy was solid. The one, like, it was solid guy. And I still have only the feedback what I have from my coaches and the people who I like do spar and everything. And that's always say, "Oh, you're strong." And like, fuck, it's like saying like you're tall, like, congrats, you're tall, right? And like, "Oh, wow, you're heavy," right? Like, yeah, but it's not mean nothing, right? And so I still have the same feedback, like, "Oh, but you're strong, you don't give up." And like, yeah, but it's not good, like it's not improve my skills. So my gym is not, give me much more about the, I can say skills. So I'm more of the like go there just to get out from my challenge in my life.
Correct.
And I know sooner or later I will find right people, right place who I will go deeper with this journey, right? But right now is the time when I need to take care of, my own personal life. And I think many people do similar things, especially the people who are my age. They just go there. That was so funny. Like one time the Craig Jones said, "Who is the people, most of the people who are on the BJJ?" They said, "The people who are divorced guys on the 40s who try and get into the shapes using steroids." And like, fuck, it's like me, like I'm not the was on divorce, the time, I'm starting like this, like, microdose testosterone and everything. We're just trying to like come back to life again. And they're trying to, they start BJJ. It's like a perfect example of, of me.
You want to hear a Craig Jones story?
Come on.
Okay, so probably 3-4 weeks ago, so we did it was a relentless weekend in the Philippines. And a few days before that relentless event, because one of my friends was going to compete, he told me that he trains in Carpe Diem in the Philippines, Jerry Aguirre. He told me that, "Did you know that a few days ago, we were just going to do morning training, and then there was this guy that just walked in and said, 'Oh, can I drop into train?' And everyone was like, 'Oh my God, it's Craig Jones.'" And obviously we all know that Craig mostly does no gi. So they had to lend him a gi, and they didn't have any black belts. Whatever belt would do. And they gave him a white belt. And the sparring footage was so bizarre because who is this white belt that's just tapping out everyone? And that's very, very fascinating. And this Jerry guy, a few days after, he said that, "Okay, I'm going to be doing Relentless on I think it was a Sunday or Saturday." And he said he got to the show almost exactly just when it was about to start. I said, hey, Jerry, what's up, man? You should have been here an hour ago. Ponce, you wouldn't believe this. I was sparring with Craig Jones, so my warm-up for the tournament is Craig Jones. It's such a great guy, very down to earth. I mean, people obviously say interesting things about the guy, but I think what we can all agree is that he can bring awareness to the sport that at this stage of jiu-jitsu badly needs. Especially that there was a strong need for a lot of us practitioners for the sport to grow because we want more training partners. It has done a lot of benefits to our lives and we want more people to experience it.
Mhm.
So yeah, Craig Jones is doing a good job there.
Yeah, good ambassador. Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like he said, oh, the CGI on the 2.5 will be canceled, and he stay on the behind. He's the private jet. Sorry guys, but we don't have budget sponsor. Like we need to cancel this, and he go inside his private jet. But it's it's marketing, and he's very good to be the ambassador. But it's fun, I mean that's the showing the real face of the people, because I think many people do not like afraid to like be themselves, so they use the social media and everything to show them like they're good, everything fine and everything, but actually like everyone struggle and everyone struggle. And I see like one also memes on the like some picture of the of the restaurant, the club and everything at the show, like let's say small quotes about the people, like, oh, these people have divorced, these people have thinking about overthinking, these people have problem with this, depression and anxiety, this
True.
one. Like there's no people who have no problem, and I think we should also understand that every activity is the big part of our life where they can help us to keep going.
Correct.
And like I have a guy before who was the part of the Andrew Tate business, who was the youngest and the number one affiliate guy on the Andrew Tate. And he said one thing also about his way, understanding, and also super humble guy, appreciates small things in life. And he said like the people don't value even like simple things like walking every day on the morning, right? Going in the sun and small things. What basically some people don't have it, like go for a walk 20 minutes. How many people don't do things like this? So every activity is a great activity, because that's help you to release the stress, putting the dopamine on the stable level.
Especially the simplest ones. I like what you said about, sorry, I'm just jumping because you said something about the struggle. I think one of the things that at least me and the people running Relentless that we're particularly proud of, I think it happened by accident, where the people that tend to join a lot of our events, they've got real struggle stories behind them. And we did Relentless 49 also in Manila just a few weeks ago. And there was this kid, his name is Jude. So when he entered the competition, so he signed up and he said, look, I'm I don't know, 13, 14 years old. And I automatically wrote back, look, Jude, number one, you got to get your dad to allow it. But if you ask me, bro, wait 4 or 5 more years until you're 18. And then his dad stepped on board. He said, look, find me any 57 kg guy for this kid. He's going to put on a show. I was like, okay. I just need a parental consent just to make sure that you're the dad. Anyway, so fast forward, they're from the northern part of the Philippines. They took the easily 11-hour drive to Manila. And he fought, won in less than a minute via armbar. And this is the interesting thing. So Jude Santos, he said that, his dad said that, he grew up being bullied. I was like, wow, watching your fight, no one would dare bully you ever again. And he said that because of jiu-jitsu, I found my confidence. I see the guy, he walks, his posture is different. I even doubt if he even uses jiu-jitsu against anyone hurting him, because just the sheer confidence that you gain from jiu-jitsu, it overcomes a lot of their struggles. And I'm grateful to meet a lot of these personalities through the sport, through the promotion, through Relentless.
The aura is different of these people. You don't attract anymore the problems, because you don't resonate, I think, on a different energy. If you build your confidence, you don't attract you attract less situation like this because you know it's the energy, right?
Yeah, they attract opportunities.
Yep.
And specific to this Jude guy, they're drawn to an opportunity for them to tell their story. He's got a bullying story. He's got an overcoming a bullying story. I mean, he's not the only guy. We've featured a guy also from the U.S. Not also. He is from the U.S. Jax, he's from Texas. You know, amazing kid. I think I've told this story from a couple of years ago. But yeah, the brand seems to attract a lot of people that have these persistent, stubborn, relentless stories. And that really makes it fulfilling.
I need to check Jax, what's going on him right now.
I actually thought about that a couple of weeks ago. How is Jax? The last time I interacted with Jax was probably 2 years ago.
Maybe we can see him on the maybe top level of competition soon.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. But yeah, fascinating kid. Mario, I'm curious. What's your relentless jiu-jitsu story? I mean, aside from that competition in Siam Cup where, I've been training for a month and you know what? I'll do it.
What's my story? I think...
Or specifically, what's your relentless jiu-jitsu story?
Relentless jiu-jitsu story, yeah.
I've got mine, mind you. But I want to hear yours.
I have a nice sparring with Denice Zamboanga.
Oh,
yeah, that was
I want to
funny.
hear this.
Yeah, that was funny because actually, like, I think my shitty style matched her, you know, high skill, right? And my strength with, you know, of course, I'm, you know, stronger, bigger, and everything, match her. Like, her skills were on this level, so my strength was on this level, right? But I think we matched based of the skills together because she also is quite powerful woman. So it was kind of and of course she not give up. So and I'm the same. So it was basically, I don't know, it was like 20, 30 minutes, like non-stop, and like nobody say no, and we roll and we, you know, like it was wild. Funny because nobody have this time the camera, so I don't have document this. I have only the picture when she choked me. That was the only memories from the content what I have. But yeah, it was quite tough, but we matched. So it was, you know, I love this part when I have someone who also understand the game. Like we do it is also for fun, but at the same time we do it our best. And she thought also like, oh, you know, like, come on, keep going. It's like, no, you keep going. Like, it looks like we like do it on 50%, but actually everyone do 100%, but looks like, no, you can finish. Like, yeah, I'm trying, you know, I cannot, you know, like, what do you think? And so it was amazing, you know. First of all, like, it was before she became champ.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I was with Denice, I think just a little over a month before she had her fight for the belt.
Yeah.
And she's such a humble person. I told her, we were in Khao Yai, and it was in the middle of her training camp. And I said, Denice, look, when you get that belt, and I didn't say if, Denice, when you get that belt, your life will change. And you're going to appreciate all these moments where you're just Denice. You know, that everyday female athlete. You know, we were in Khao Yai and we went to 7-Eleven, and I had one of my friends there. He was telling to the 7-Eleven staff, do you know this person? I said, oh, my Lu. What I didn't know is this is the future one championship female belt holder. Very humble, very hardworking. I also had a rolling story with Denice because whenever Denice would go to Bangkok, she would train in, I think at that time she trained in Palm Gym. I got to roll with Denice. She's got a very good guillotine half guard pass. She would always threaten the submission, and she would use that to pull off his moves. And just like you, I tapped out to her guillotine. I'm a great athlete.
Yeah.
Even a great person.
Yeah. And Filipina.
Filipina too. I think she's the first, if I'm not mistaken, first female MMA world champion. Yeah, great inspiration. I wish she could fight soon.
Yeah. I think there's, Stamp Firetex come back. I think she lose already, right?
No, I don't know. I don't know. But I think the Stamp and Denice fight it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah.
You know, they're friends.
Yep.
They train together in Pattaya.
Yep.
And it makes for a good storyline.
I've been a few times on the open mat in Pattaya also.
Yeah.
So on Saturday. And so what's your relentless story?
Oh, yeah. This really sticks in my memory. I tell this over and over again. It was the Asian Open in Japan. I was a purple belt. So the Asian Open, it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, tournament in this side of the world, in Asia. And what I do remember was, I think it was 4 or 5 matches to gold. And I was fortunate enough to reach the finals. And then for some reason, in the middle of my finals match, I just heard a crack hit my rib. I was like, oh my God, something is wrong. And I was thinking, I didn't want to look at my coach and point to my rib, because if I did that, he was just going to pull me out and game over. I'm going to settle for the silver. And at that moment, I said, look, I'm up by 1 advantage. This guy on the other side, he literally has to send me to the hospital for me to give up. So I just wouldn't want to give up. And I think, long story short, the time expired, and I was thankful to have won the championship. It was my first IBJJF medal. And I think what makes it doubly fulfilling was I was able to get it, not because my jiu-jitsu was good, but because I would say my mental stubbornness got the better of me. So shout out to Ali, Professor Ali. I just didn't tell him that something broke. That's my relentless story.
What's happened after? How long did you recover?
Oh, quite a while, because what happened there was, what we would normally do with my team back then was we would travel overseas for a tournament, and we'd enjoy the place afterwards. So it was a struggle, we would go on food trips, but something just hurt. It took a while, but it's much better now.
How old are you?
Old enough. Okay, I'll make it simple. I play in, if it's IBJJF, I play in the Masters division, which is anywhere from 30 and up.
Yeah, it's very hard to guess on the Asian,
Yeah. But yeah, I think what I can tell is I'm a black belt. I've been doing this sport for close to 20 years. I started late. I started in university. And yeah, go figure.
Yeah. I think we are similar age, let's say.
I would say so.
We are 90s. We are 90s kids, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we remember the 90s, right? So
yeah,
sure.
It's a funny thing you mentioned that about being 90s kids, because I would see a lot of videos on YouTube, like concerts, rock concerts, where you wouldn't see a single spectator holding a mobile phone.
Yes.
During in the middle of the concert.
Yeah.
And I miss those days.
Yeah.
Because I lived through both eras. I lived through having to watch concerts where you just have to soak yourself in the moment. And whatever memory you want to keep of that moment stays here.
Yeah.
And if you want to share that memory, you just have to tell stories about how good the experience was.
That's why I'm, got inspired by the VR world when it's,
VR.
catch you, for the few minutes on the immersive, because I think it's what we like right now, like being on the moment just for a few minutes. And I think the flow moment is on the BJJ. Maybe that's the reason
Correct.
why I love BJJ, because you need to be there full all in, with your mind, body, and soul. And I think that's the important part when if you don't feel it when you're on the gym. Yeah, for some people, yes, but in general, even if you are not for love on the BJJ, you need to be there like 100%, right?
True.
And I love the contact, the respect, and that's allowed you to really be here and now. So that's what I see. I'm trying to look more things like this when you are in, right? Like, for example, like competition, like a Spartan. I supposed to do hierarchy, but they sold the tickets so fast. I'm not big fan of the hierarchy, but I like the trend. I like that people become active and have some challenge, and they're getting better and improve and everything, right?
That is what matters. They're bringing people to live a healthier lifestyle. Anyway, continue the hierarchy story.
But then that's the part. Like, so that's why BJJ allowed me to be all in, right? I'm getting smart, and right now when I go to my gym in the Banksen, because I'm not going 6:30, I'm going there 9.
So you only have to train from 9 to 11, while everyone trains
Yes,
from 6:30 to
yes,
11.
yes, exactly. So I see sometimes new people come and like, oh, like why I go so early? Like because now I come in 9, p.m. Everyone is already tired, right? And I come in, hello guys, and like you're smart, eh? Just come now, eh? No 6:30, so now we can compete.
You
And
can
like,
only train for 2 hours.
yeah,
Well, everyone's going to train for 4 hours,
yeah.
5.
But it's crazy. Like I really thought that's the standard of every gym. I cannot believe it. Like the funny part, because there's some amazing kids who are like, oh my god, they're like, if they not come back with the gold from some Japan, whatever, AFG and everything, they're like, yeah, it was silver, and like 5 golds and 1 silver, right? I remember when we've been together on the Siam BJJ, the guy just go from the one mat to another. So, oh, finish, come on, okay, congrats, and they go there later. So here he go for like 5 different categories, and come back with the old golds, like so now he grow. But basically, when I remember 2 years ago, it was small guy, but like that's the level, like they not come back with the gold. They're already like so once 5 golds, 1 silver, and like what? And you feel bad,
And they feel bad about that 1 silver.
yeah.
You want to hear a silver medal story?
Come on.
So 3 weeks ago, we were doing, I think it's a 3rd run of Relentless Kids. So it's a kids tournament under the Relentless brand. And there was this one kid fighting under artist Jiu-jitsu by Professor Francis Uy. And he got silver. He essentially lost in the finals. And during the awarding, he was just crying getting that medal. So the dad or the mom was putting the medal around the kid. And he was just crying. And after he got the medal, I spoke with the kid. I said, hey, look, kid, this is not about losing. A lot of kids can't even do what you're doing to even step in competition. And guess what? You made it all the way to the finals. Now, think about it. Think about it. I know you wanna do more, expect a lot from yourself. Trust me, that will come. That will come. And this mindset of yours of wanting to achieve more, persist more, it's going to carry you through.
Yeah.
For now, you got to celebrate.
Yeah. But I think it's like a both moment. Like you need to appreciate what you have. You are able to do it. To be happy from the small, simple things. That's important things. But at the same time, being hungry is the good things.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think it must be balanced. I understand the sample, but at the same time, I think it's the both things, because it's very easy to be on the comfort zone.
Correct.
And just keep, don't put more challenge in life. And somehow, you think like, that's not my problem, not my drama. But later you see it's basically cause more problem, because
Correct.
you don't feel anymore like the motivation, the some goals and everything. So that's the first of all, you're right, like to appreciate the things you even able to walk. How many people don't have the ability to have food, roof, right, on the normal life, what we call, like we're living on the crazy era when basically having even hot shower, it's like luxury. Like we not understand what we have, like having choose the meal, like what the hell, imagine 100 years ago you go someplace and you choose the meal, like like what the hell, like we really don't understand like how comfy life we have.
Correct.
How many benefits we have. And seeing the perspective, and don't cry about I have a silver and everything, and be depressed.
Correct.
That's
I've got a story for you. So my mom visited me in Switzerland early last year, and in the south of Switzerland, close to France, there's this small town called Montreux. And there's a beautiful castle there, Chateau de Chillon. So I took my mom there, a medieval castle tour. And in the middle of the tour, my mom was crying. I said, Ma, this is such a beautiful place. What's the matter? I said, oh, I just feel bad for the people living in these conditions. It was so cold, so dark. I said, Ma, you got to understand, this is the top 0.1% of people. Can you imagine? What people living outside the castle, what their lives are like? So the people inside this castle, they're living a great life. So yeah, that's true what you said. That's true what you said. If you can just appreciate, even the simplest things in life.
I think it's the perspective, because we don't have the samples. And I even see when I live around, I don't see much poverty. And I went last time to my visa run to Laos
Correct.
and to a village called Pakse. And it was first time for the long time when I do not see the poverty and the homeless people, right?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then I just walk, around, and because I also don't like, I appreciate after more Thailand about how everything is work, like civilization, food, and everything. But that's also give me a lot of perspective. See this from other side, and again come back like, oh my god, and how I can complain? Like if I choose some food, oh this cheese, no, this butter, like, and I just walk, and I have a durian, on the hand, and there's some few kids, come to me, and I have some money. I basically have a lot of money because the currency that's so small, like about millions of the local currency, so I have like a lot of like this, and but they asking me for the food, for the durian, and I have the like last, like even was there like almost nothing, so I not give this to them, so okay, I just give them some money, and the other kids come, I give them some money, and I'm okay. I like, I mean, that's also the perspective. Like you give, you give. It's not about expectation or not. I also that I don't care if it's you expect something on return, karma and everything. Doesn't matter. You give, you give. Doesn't matter the reason, right? And then I walk around and I see more things like this. It's like, and I go remember because my sister wanna have something, buy me some dessert, 7-Eleven. So it's like okay, I buy few things and also see some homeless guy outside the 7-Eleven. I said, okay, I'll give you some money, but from the change what I have. So, but basically the change was like so I buy many things and, basically like, let's say 1,000 baht, like for $30. And the rest was like 1 cent. And like, I cannot give this guy 1 cent. Like it's nothing, right? It was like even half of the cent, like really like nothing. And like, okay. So I give like bigger bill and I have so much food also for my sister. And I thinking like, oh, but I need to pass. If I go here, I pass all again to all the kids and the families. And I'll be not going around now to not meet them, it's so stupid, It's like, okay, I think I will go give everything to them, So I have all the things for my sister, like, some sweets, this one, and I have all the food because I spent all the money on the shop already. So I walk there, and I see they sleep on the street, right close to the shop. And I just look at myself, maybe I put somewhere here. But they see me and they wake up, they like small kids come to me. So I give them like, fuck it. Like I think my sister will be not happy, but I give them all the food and I come back to hotel and she's like, where you been? I say, I go around, just do some good things for the people, I think. I say, where's my, some snack, whatever. So I give to the kids. Oh, like, so, yeah. It's like, it's like, I'm thinking like, they will never try this even kind of food. And I'm so picky, about, don't appreciate even the food and everything. Like I'm still full. I still full. And I still can be like hungry. You know what I mean? Like still want to have more. But it's always you realize when you have perspective, when you need to lose something, or at least you need to find a way to see the perspective because it's very hard to imagine.
100%.
Like when you say to this person like, hey, you need to appreciate, you can even compete. They don't see this if they don't hear the other people's story. Some kid who love to be on the competition, right? Who love to have the gi, right? Who love to have the even shoes to walk to the gym, or to have the money to buy, simple things. It's very hard to imagine. It's very hard to forget about what we have. So I think the trips like this and putting you, sometimes I like to walk and I see like, damn, like people live on this condition, I really forget because, I live like, from this place to another. I don't see this. So it's easy to lose the perspective. And it's very hard to, like I said, it's very hard to create a story on your head. You need to see, to feel. That's, I think, is the bigger part. Like you need to get out from a comfort zone and go to the place when people struggle so you understand, like, oh my God, I complain? I complain about they gave me chicken, not the pork, or they give me this, not this, like how I can complain, how you can be so soft. So I can say, don't see this like you like the perspective, like how you can be depressed.
Yeah. I like what you said about perspective because the Relentless team, we created this new concept for competition. We call it Relentless Beginner Series. Now, a lot of times beginners don't want to compete because obviously there's a lot of pressure to compete, but a lot of that pressure is coming from the fear of losing. And what we're going to do differently is that for Relentless Beginner Series, there are a couple of ways by which you can earn your medal. Obviously, if in your bracket, you're the winningest athlete, you're the one with the most wins, you get the medal. On the other hand, is that we give a medal if you're an athlete that can pull off a certain number of jiu-jitsu moves. Like, I'm able to escape, I'm able to pull off my sweeps, I'm able to do a guard pass. That is a win.
Mm-hmm.
That is a win. And then, truthfully, when you say that, hey, I do jiu-jitsu, nobody asks, oh, can you show me a medal?
Yeah.
But people ask, oh, can you show me some moves? So we got to reward people for being able to execute moves. So yeah, again, perspective.
Yep.
Perspective. What does it mean to win the jiu-jitsu?
Yep.
Is it to win over someone or to win over what you want for yourself, which is to be able to do jiu-jitsu?
Yeah. For me, it's definitely learn the technique and then and don't be called like, oh, you strong. Because it's insulting me, man. Like if someone say you're strong, like, but it's right time, right people, right place, right? And I believe
Correct.
It's all about to find the right way to do it. It's sometimes the wrong place. It also can destroy all the perspective about BJJ. That's what's happened when I was younger. So I think, like that's why I'm trying to create, let's say, mat and the place on my farm. So to bring people, actually, I know already some people who also do amazing work, connect with the place for the addiction, people with the addicted. How you call this?
It's almost like rehabilitation.
Rehab, yeah. So
yes.
And he also compete on the MMA.
It's fascinating.
So it's also in the Sriracha. So it's like, oh, it's perfect person. Understand.
I gotta see this place.
Yeah.
Sriracha. It's what, an hour from here?
Yeah, 1 hour.
1 hour I gotta see this place.
You've been in Sriracha?
I have.
Yes.
I have. Twice, maybe thrice.
Yeah. We met in Sriracha.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Correct. Look, Mario, one of the things that I like about jiu-jitsu is the interesting people that you meet in the sport. I met you obviously because of jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
I want to know about your experience. Can you talk to me about 1, 2, 3 people, or maybe the most interesting person you've met because of the sport?
Yeah, I
want to know.
I met the guy who actually fight with the Max Holloway in the UFC. And I was on the same bus to the Khao Yai, actually.
This is in Bangkok.
Yes. So I drive from the Pom Gym to Khao Yai for the camp.
Correct.
And then we talk about the fight because that was the time when there was UFC 300. So Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje. And we just talk on the bus. The guy on the back say, "Oh, I fight with the Max Holloway." Basically, it's like, what? And it's like, yeah, on the UFC in Singapore.
Wow.
No way. What's your name?
Wow.
It's like Will Chop. And I check his, on the Google. Yeah, he fight with the Max Holloway. And funny because also, after he was on my podcast, we also trained in Khao Yai, right? And I was like super fascinated. Amazing story anyway. He was actually kicked out from the UFC because of the some article who someone posted 5 years after some situation what's happened in his life, which was first of all was expired. Second was not, let's say 50% real. But they put it on the news, so the UFC don't want to destroy the PR and everything, right? So they kick him out from UFC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, without basically, like some situation what's happened 5 years ago, and actually, yeah.
But who would have thought? You met the guy that faced Max Holloway.
Yeah.
I'm a big football fan, and I'm a fan of Mo Salah, who just recently stepped out of the sport. Can you imagine me meeting the left back that defended Mo Salah in the wings?
Yeah.
It would have been, oh my God, how does it feel like? I want to know.
Yeah. And you just go like first camp about the BJJ. You met the guy who fight Max Holloway. You're like, what the hell, right? Like, who's this guy? It's like, I was really surprised because my goal was to actually on the future, or maybe someday it will come right time and right moment. Actually, the guy who is also now, working with me on my team, it's Aaliyan. who is the youngest
Yeah, great,
sport
great,
promoter.
great guy. Great
Yeah.
guy.
So actually, meeting people like this, it's crazy. Like, the confidence or the beat on such a young age, it's drive me crazy. I know my business partner always said, "Who is this fucking kid?" For joke, but like the
Do you remember the name of his promotion?
I don't remember because he's promote.
I do remember that.
I can check.
Yeah. What I do remember is there was a video or a photo of the press conference before, I think the day before the show. And he was there in the center. He was wearing a suit. Uh, he was very confident, and
Yes.
he was running the discussion. And that is a kid. So can you imagine what he can do 20 years from now, 30 years from now?
I know, that's why he's on my team. I know what you can do in 1 month. I know we can do in 1 day. Even as yesterday, it's funny because he's 18, right? I mean, like his family allowed him to go other country, but he must go somewhere in Thailand for overnight. Like, oh, they're not so happy, So I told him, like, let's go to my place in Sriracha because I make like a hustle hub there. When we
Yes.
have nature, we have an ice bath, we have some mats and everything, so we can go and work. And he said, "Oh, I don't know if my family allowed me." It's like, damn, you're a superhero, but you still need to
Yeah,
follow.
that's funny that he wouldn't be allowed to do those things, but he created a fight promotion.
Yes.
So that's really fascinating. Mario, do you remember what you were
Oh, yes.
occupied with when you were 18 years old?
You don't want to know. I think this one, you can see the
Yeah.
EFC.
United Through Sports. EFC Elite Fighting Championship.
Yep.
Can you imagine? 18 years old.
Yes.
And he didn't start at 18, he started much younger.
Look this article. Youngest fight promoter.
Amazing, right? This was last year. At 15.
Yes.
15. Think about it. What were you doing at 15, Mario?
Oh my God, man.
I was playing video games. And this kid was putting on a show.
Oh, but I don't remember when I do on 15, but I remember I was on 17. I was already on the jail. That's the story.
What happened?
That's
So,
the
sorry, I'm
story.
laughing, but
Yeah, that's the story.
I want to know.
Oh, we're stealing the phones
Okay.
to have the money for drugs.
Ooh.
Yeah, it
Ooh.
was not a long journey, but actually it was the best experience and wake up call ever because it allowed me to go deeper. And yeah, I was some crazy story. I was the one who escaped. Actually, have destroyed, like, when I escape, I put like from the gate like the whole metal on my hand. So basically, staying like few hours, in the winter time, looking like paranoid, even on some drug
Correct.
time, and basically, I still went to the police, and the biggest part was my family do not know where I am. Even my father take me to the police because they have a problem with the documents, and then they cannot find me. So my father was basically super guilty about this because, of course, he'll protect me no matter what. If he know I will be stay on the jail or something like this, he will fucking take me to another planet, never, sell me, right? So he feel guilty about this part, because he didn't know it would go this direction. But there was 1 month where I was 2 weeks on the hospital jail, and basically my papers, my documents looks like I sell them, which was no other story around. But the documents say different, right? And but I met the guy, quite wild guy, but was good for me at the time. And he said, "Put these documents on the fucking toilet. Don't show to anybody. I believe you. I trust you. But I think when you go to the main prison, because I was on the hospital for 2 weeks, but then I meet the people who have a like life sentence there, right? Because they actually want to be on the hospital, so they put like some metal things inside the body, so that's allowed them to make operations, so they can stay on the better comfort. That's crazy. And then I was on the 2 weeks on the normal jail, but it was 1 month. I thought I would be stay there forever, but I learned amazing lesson. The things what we talked before about the perspective, because the freedom word and family, they mean 100 times more. means 100 times deeper when you can ever imagine. But you cannot imagine what is freedom, and if you not lose it, right? So when I look the people on the street from the window from the jail, when before I walked there, I remember the place, the word of the freedom. That's mean absolutely totally different things what we even say right now. That's why I said I will never come back. And people say, no, everyone come back. It's like, look at me, I'm not come back there. So that was the lesson what I never forget. And I think it's like some advice to the people, it's very hard to teach anybody, right? That people need to experience by its own. Even Jim Carrey said, like, I wish everyone to be on the level about wealth, so they understand it's not that important. But it's very hard to say. People say, oh, money is not important, trust me. It's like, I don't I can listen to you, but I don't think you're right, but that's things what I don't say people need to experience everything, but at least people need to taste many things, right? And sometimes I think like this. Sometimes I think like you should go to the place when there's no happiness, luxury and everything, so you can understand how you can even complain, because it's very hard to lose the perspective. So I think it was my old experience was my gift, like having the people who I know from the top level in life, and they are not happy and they struggle for many other things. That's my gift, and then I think I would love to share with others. And I think the same with the Relentless. I think that you have the same goal, which is the financial part. It's never even on the mind.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Mario, look, you went through that experience that have changed the direction of your life. What are one or two things that have significantly changed the way you behaved, you interacted with people because of that experience about going to jail?
First of all, the freedom. Appreciate the freedom. Appreciate the things what you have. Second, it's the family connection.
Family connection.
Yes, but it's also teach me jail about the mother. It's like the most pressure things in life, and they have so much respect of this. That's why even on the like trash talk on the fighters, right? You cannot talk about someone mother, someone family. That's against like the rules in life, and in general, there's even more in the jail. So I take a lot of lessons from there, which I believe the same happened with let's say some mafia, right? Some gang and everything. Sometimes they have more respect and the more rules and the better personalities than people on the business and on the, let's say, the religion, on the church. That's funny, but it's like this, because they have character,
Correct.
And the one of the things is the word, like keep your word. Like word is like the pressure, gold signature on your soul. So you basically what you said, you do, right? And no matter what, right? And if you cannot do, you also say, trying to find a way, right? Because shit can happen, but you can always talk. But that's the trust, to yourself, when you can use your word as your weapon and basically and as your armor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that treat is like a word as above everything, like above any documents, above any contract. Word is word, and I want to have always people around me who keep the word, right? If not, we can talk. I don't say whatever. If you cannot keep the word, you can talk and we can find a way, and it's always a way. Because I understand someone can have a bad situation, something can happen. Cool, but the word it still means you talk, because it's another word where you can fix this word. That's how I see this, right? So I think you have a great question. I need to be more prepared next time. So what's your 3 meaningful things in life which you follow and you can say it's like your principles?
Well, I believe in two things. One is what gets me up in the morning. And the other one is something that I really live by. And maybe the second one is easiest to talk about. I've always believed in the power of authenticity. I dislike talking bad about people behind their backs. One of my principles is that if I'm going to criticize you, anything and everything I'm going to say behind your back is what I would say straight to your face. And if I do it, I mean well, because I want you to be a better friend, a better colleague. I mean well. So authenticity is quite up there for me. I think the second one that's interesting is it's what gets me up in the morning. The Japanese people call it ikigai. No?
Yes.
I've written this down way back. When was this? I was still in corporate, probably 2009. So it's been, 17 years ago. I tell myself that I wake up in the morning being able to teach people how to make the impossible happen. And from that ikigai, it just ties up to where I am at the moment. A lot of the struggles of people that I've met in all the events, tournaments that Relentless has run is all about overcoming these seemingly insurmountable odds, like getting bullied, not being able to see, not having the money to compete, but finding a way to just make things happen. So yeah, those are two things I live by.
How you do it? I mean, that's motivate you to wake up and keep going, right? But what's your way, how you do it? How you inspire others? What's your tools? What's your assets?
I'm not a fan of having to come up with tools or tricks to make people believe. I've never even, I don't know, I've never even thought about it. I mean, if someone tells me, hey, look, I believe in you, I believe in the things that you do, it's not because I used some tool to make that person believe. I just say, hey, you know what, thank you. That means a lot to me. It does. But you know, speaking of values, can I touch on what you have said about some of the values that you've embraced after you stepped out of jail? I like what you said about family connection, because what I do find in jiu-jitsu is that it becomes more than just a school. It becomes more than just a team. It becomes family. And one of the more recent stories that came to mind was just last weekend. It was the AFG Open here in Bangkok City. And obviously I was with my team here in Bangkok, Ninja Academy, Ninja Team Thailand, which is led by Coach Patrick Simon. So we did Saturday, we did Sunday, and Sunday night after the competition, we had to go to another competition. It was an MMA competition because Alex was fighting. And some of my teammates, we were hungry. And they were saying, oh, coach, I'm really hungry. Can we go out for dinner? And he would put his foot down. Guys, Alex is fighting. Nobody's going to eat until the last fighter, until a last member of the family has completed his competition. I mean, we were there for you. We owe it to this guy. And we're going to be there for him. And that's not a team. That's family. He's going to fight for our name. He's going to fight for our team. We're going to go hungry for you. And I do like what you said about learning about the value of family connection. Yeah.
It's even, you're a Filipino, so it's even on your culture, right? Much more deeper. But there's also, I can say, another deeper story about this one, because the family can be anyone. And that's the difference,
True.
you know? Like, I understand, like, in the Filipino culture, it's more about the blood connection, but the stuff what we talk, it's basically more connect with the people. Doesn't matter if you are, you know, it's your real family or not. So I believe the family, it's the people who you choose, and they choose
100%.
you. Yeah, not about your, you know, blood.
If you ask me, family by choice is much stronger than family by blood. Come on, Mario. Did you choose your mom and dad?
No.
100% no. But you chose who to train with.
Yeah.
You chose who to spend 5 hours from 6 to 11 p.m. with.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with me. I choose the people who I would go hungry with to support a teammate. That's family by choice.
Yeah.
I like what you said, man.
Yeah, that was epic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
We're here.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.